walked into the room, we had a party yesterday. Didn't we, Pat? And I'm sure we're going to have a party today. We've got Lenny Williams. Oh, yeah, we're going to party hard.
We are.
We're going to show them. We are going to
bring it back.
We're going to bring it back and break it down.
Yes.
We are going to do this. So I want you all to get ready because it's time for the party. It is time for the party. So it is hump day, folks. We are here at Intentional Talk Radio Network, and we are bringing you a good time. This is where we talk to you, for you, with you, and about you. And it is all good. It is all good. We are going to bring you the news and views that you can use. And we talk a lot about COVID-19. Oh my God, what are we going to do about COVID-19? We've got to do something about it. We all have to be vigilant. Please wear your mask. Don't let me catch somebody out without a mask. It ain't going to be cute. So wear your mask. Wash your hands. You should be doing that anyway. Stay home. If you really don't have a reason to go out, please stay home. Please stay home. If you have to go out, please wear a mask. And please, y'all, we're all in this together. And we've all got to be vigilant, and we all have to do our part. And remember, we've got to be well because we all have to vote in November. We have to vote. So we don't want anything, especially COVID-19, to get in the way of voting. We cannot do that. We have a maggot sitting in the White House. We've got to do something about the maggot. And we all have to be the swatter to get the maggot out. So please, let's do our part. Let's do your part and everybody's part in making sure we don't have any interference in November. We've got to do that. So how's everybody doing? Are you there, Ken?
I am here.
What's crack-a-lacking in the Big D?
Oh, it's hot as a firecracker out here. Almost.
And I'm cold. You see, I got on a jacket here. I'm freezing.
And Pat's here in Dallas, but she's always got a jacket on.
Pat always has a jacket on.
If I go outside, I'll be warm, but in here it's freezing.
And Tanya, our other host, is out there by the water, and she's got on no sleeves. How are you doing that?
Well, I just came back from Inglewood. I told you my son had baseball, and it's a lot warmer there. So I was a little hot.
It's warmer in Inglewood?
Yeah.
I'm further inland than Inglewood, and I'm freezing.
No, it's really nice, actually. It's people out there running the track and with their masks on, social distancing, okay? But yes, they're out doing their thing, and it's just feeling good. But I will tell you, it was cold. It was a little chilly here earlier today, so you would have thought I was in New York, where it is actually sprinkling at earlier today. You would have asked me what was wrong with me. So, we just got to adjust. That's what this time is about, right? Adjusting.
Oh, yeah, we have to adjust. And if it requires that you pivot a little, I think you should all just pivot a little. Add a new dimension. There's nothing wrong with adding dimension. Add some dimension, y'all. Add some dimension. It won't do anything but help. It won't do a thing but help. So what's crack-a-lacking in the Big D? And I promised my girlfriend I would say something about the Fat Burger that's now in Richland Hills. Big Fat Burger. I don't eat them anymore, but Big Fat Burger is in Richland Hills. So Polly and Maisha, yay for Fat Burger in the Big D.
Used to be. It's not like the big old greasy burgers that we used to get on La Cienega and down.
Really?
There's one in Vegas, and we've been there a few times. It's all commercialized, so it is nowhere near like it used to be.
Well, you know what? Since I have not had a burger in about 6 or 7 years, I don't know. I just know that I thought Fat Burger was always good.
I'm not giving up burgers.
They shame you now when your food is too greasy. You get.
Oh, really?
Shamed. Absolutely.
Is that right?
Your calories on your menus, and you got to cut out all the bad stuff in order to be able to keep a little bit to yourself.
I just tell them I'll go home and eat a salad after this.
Right.
Really? So they shame you if you eat a greasy burger.
No, the organizations, like, it's no longer acceptable really to be, drippy, greasy, calorie infused. It's just not a thing anymore.
Really? So what happens when someone gets greasy barbecue?
I don't think they've hit on us yet. Hit on barbecue.
Well, barbecue is greasy, and it's dripping down your arms to your elbows and things. So what happens then?
They still require you to start to put those calorie counts on your menu. So that's just kind of a thing. So I think most people try to make it at least semi-acceptable to get stuff from their restaurants. But it's been like that for a while, huh, Kenny?
Yeah, it has. And they've been putting all the calorie things and how much gluten. Of course, everybody's allergic.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, all of that. Yeah, that's always on the either on the menu or it's something. But remember, that started because there was so much going on that people needed to know what the ingredients were and what was in the food they were eating. And I want to say it began either right after the Indian guy bought the fries from McDonald's and sued McDonald's because in the McDonald's fries, they use beef tallow.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So remember that? Yeah. So the guy won $3 million. Yeah. And right after that, McDonald's had to put the ingredients on everything that they sold. And if they did not put it, they don't put it on the packaging, but they have it on the wall. They have it near the menu board. They have it someplace so that you can see it. But they were sued because they claimed they were frying potatoes. And McDonald's fries, for all of you out there that still eat McDonald's, gross me out with a pitchfork. McDonald's fries, that's not a potato. That is not a potato.
No, it's not.
So, stop it. The blasphemy.
Oh, so you still eat McDonald's?
I don't eat fast food.
Oh, well, that's good to know. But McDonald's fries, and there are a lot of people that think those are the best fries in the world.
A lot of people love them. Nope.
Wait, what are they?
It's something like something that they make.
A real French fry, like an order of real French fries, and they took an order of McDonald's French fries and put them like on a windowsill or something, and let them both there for 6 months. Obviously, the real potatoes, they rotted out in the whole bit. The McDonald's fries look the exact same as the day they bought.
Yeah. And my nephew worked at McDonald's, and he's the one that told us at first that McDonald's fries are not real potatoes. Then my daughter worked at McDonald's, and she told us that McDonald's fries are not real potatoes. So just know it ain't a real potato. Just know that it isn't real potatoes. And whatever it is, they add beef tallow. So if you don't eat beef and you don't want tallow, I suggest you not eat McDonald's fries.
Well, I don't even know what tallow is. So
it comes out of the bone. It's out of the bones.
Oh, marrow.
Yeah, it's bone marrow. Yeah. It's marrow out of the cow's bones. Yes. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? That is just crazy.
Oh no.
Well, you know what? Don't do fast food.
I don't. But I try to let the kids be a kid, a little bit.
Well, my granddaughter told me yesterday that, in fact, she was crying because she could not decide what she wanted to eat. So she cried and cried. And I said, what is wrong with Bailey? She's crying because she can't make up her mind and she's frustrated. And she was upset because if she eats meat, then her dad is not going to be proud of her. So she could not decide what she wanted to eat. She wants her dad to be proud of her so that when he's in Atlanta or wherever he is, then he'll know that she's continuing with the vegan diet that he wants her to have. So she cried and cried. And I said, Bailey, there's no need to cry because your dad's going to be proud of you either way, no matter what you do. But he wants me to be vegan. He wants me. So she was not happy. She was not happy at all. But folks, here we go. It is hump day. We've got a lot to talk about. Get ready because Intentional Talk Radio Network is preparing for the new town hall that will take place September 29th. So you want to get ready. You want to be a part of that. It is
26.
about 26, I'm sorry, 26th, Saturday the 26th. And we will discuss voting, the voting issues, the election. We're going to talk about the measures on the ballot. We're going to talk about why you should vote, why you cannot give up your right to vote. It is your right and your responsibility. John Williams was beat so that you could have the right to vote.
John Lewis.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at Lenny Williams and saying Williams. Lenny Williams and John Lewis. John Lewis gave up his life so that everyone would have the opportunity to vote. Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Would you like to say something about John Williams or the right to vote or
John
anything?
Lewis.
John Lewis, yes, yeah. This is Williams on the brain today. Yes, right. Yes, right.
And you know what? I'm going to get rid of that name Williams. I'm going to get
rid of it. Yeah, that's a good name. Yes.
Got to get rid of it. Got to get rid of it.
Yeah, John Lewis. Yeah, I'm 75 years old, so I was there. I remember all of that, and SNCC, CORE, Congress for Racial Equality, Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, NAACP, Roy Wilkins, and all the people at various organizations. So definitely, I remember John Lewis doing his thing, and he's been out there for a long time, fighting for rights, and we're definitely going to miss him. And I was just thinking about just how people like that, they give their lives to to an idea,
cause.
To the cause, and then you have so many people, when November 3rd or 4th rolls around that don't even get up and go vote, and
it ought to be a crime.
Casual lace, attitude toward voting is just a shame. You think about all the people that Whitney Young. You just go down the line. C.T. Vivian, I guess he died the same day.
Yes,
same day. John Lewis, he was 90, I think 95, who was one of Martin Luther King's lieutenants. So just so many people who.
And it looks like he froze up. And Lenny, you're out of Oakland too, so you were right in the middle of all what was going on. Lenny looks like he froze up.
He froze. Oh crap.
A couple of seconds, he should come back. At any rate. Oh, there he's back.
There he goes. Okay.
Yeah.
The other tragedy is Medgar Evers' brother. I think his name is either, did they say Stanley or did they say Charles? Anyway, one of the Evers brothers, Medgar Evers brothers, he passed also, 95 years old. He passed. And I believe that was today.
Ask for a whole lot more than 95. It's a good
95. Yeah, 95.
And
but
Lenny, you look great for 75, bro.
Well, you know what they say, black don't crack. He froze.
Yeah, Lenny, if you can still hear us, try to go out and then come back in again. I think
must be
so many people using the video, Zoom
and all of this. Everybody's freezing. Lenny, you probably can't hear us. Oh, yo, Lenny. Okay.
Oh, it's out.
Okay. He's out. Okay. He's out.
Yeah, he'll probably be back.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they're talking about numbers here, and we have not gotten numbers from Dallas, but Texas is in dire straits too. I don't have the numbers, but the numbers here in California are astounding.
Earlier today, they said California overtook New York.
Yes. They've been saying, California is a hot spot. This is really a hot spot. In fact, I want to say there was something like 12,000 positive cases in a day. I believe it was 12,000 today.
Yeah, somewhere.
Just incredible. Just absolutely incredible. How could you possibly think that this is not real.
Yes, it is
For those,
not the new numbers. This is 11,920 in California. And it's still not showing that. And I don't know which is right, this or what they said earlier when they said California overtook New York.
New York.
You have to take it kind of with a grain of salt, depending upon where.
Well, it's been back and forth. It's been California, it's been Texas, Florida, Arizona. So in the last, I want to say 7 days, California, Florida, Arizona, Texas, it's been a jog back and forth. It's
but
just
you know what's
been a jog.
interesting? Everybody early on said, you know, when we get to the summer and the heat, it's going to knock it out. And if you look at where all the hot spots are, no pun intended, it's all in the hotter states. Southern California, Arizona, Texas, Florida, where it's all hot. That's where it's hitting the hardest.
Yeah. And I'm sure the maggot is wondering, I told them that once it got hot, it would disappear. Right.
Well, he told Chris Wallace that he's right, because eventually it's going to go away.
He said eventually he would be right.
Yeah, eventually I'll be right.
He sure will. Eventually, he sure will. Once he goes home, he'll be right.
Is right twice a day.
Yeah. Once he goes home, he'll be right. You ain't got to go home, but you're going to get up out of here. Okay? See you, bye. Bye. Okay? But without imposing a stay-at-home order, they're telling people, please stay home. Please stay home. My millennial is staying home. My Gen Xer, she getting on the road. I said, Kiki, she's going up to the Bay. For what? Well, we've planned this. We've been planning this for a month. Kiki, but did you know about COVID a month ago? Kiki, what are you doing? Why are you driving up there? Well, it's gonna be Kiki. Don't make me yell and scream and cry.
Oh yeah, and your boy Kanye is running for president.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We're not talking about that anymore.
That is
I'm sorry. And Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves.
Oh yeah. She did. He said
Harriet came out with a statement, right?
What'd you say?
Yeah, she did. His wife.
His wife came out and said, my husband is suffering from bipolar disorder and he's very brilliant. He's amazing, but this is tough on families of people that suffer from mental disorder. So, you know, she gave a pretty lengthy statement. I don't know if you read it today, but it's what we all know, right? But it's what the others don't care about when they're exploiting him and all his ridiculousness.
Where does she get brilliant from?
Well, he is brilliant. I think he's a brilliant artist. He's just chemically.
He's a brilliant artist.
He is.
He's an artist. He is.
He is.
Are we talking about the same person?
Have you heard his music?
What?
The dude's
He's got
amazing.
music.
You know what? You stop it. Hey, we have when we can acknowledge their strengths and their weaknesses, then maybe we can help them fix their weaknesses and they can be better people.
He's got music.
Are you serious? You're joking, right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
No, you're not.
You've probably never heard any of his music.
Thank you.
So you know this lady named Shalina Johnson, maybe?
No. Who is she?
Okay, never mind. Never mind. Don't worry about that. You know a guy named Jay-Z? No?
I don't know what he does either.
Never mind.
Except that he's married to, is he the one that's married to Beyonce?
Yolanda, we're going to have to hang out, okay? This cannot be the extent of our conversation.
Look, that stuff is for my kids, not for me.
Do you have Lenny's phone number?
I do. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, but I think it's important though that particularly our culture, we acknowledge mental health. It's a thing. Mm-hmm. My brother was diagnosed and sometimes he's amazing for a long time. But when it goes left, it's like
bipolar. Yeah, there's a lot of that going around.
You'd be like, Because what happens is there's depression, and when depression isn't treated, it turns bipolar.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. So,
And
you know, that's basically saying that it got left untreated for a long time, and it just continues to get worse. And even when he did get initially diagnosed, it had already been at its extreme point.
Wow.
They had to hospitalize him.
Yeah, and we're not good at acknowledging that in our community. People
Or getting.
You need to go to church. You need Jesus.
So I'll tell you a story real quick. My brother got diagnosed when he was young, like really young. And as we got older, I would talk to him about going to, things would start bothering him. His money wasn't right. And I was like, well, you can go kind of cash in on the fact that you're not all the way right. You're basically disabled. So all you need to do is go, and they'll follow up on the diagnosis, and they'll give you all your papers, and you can, do something different. Like get your mind right, get on your medication, get your check, relax a little bit. This fool said, them lines be too long. I was like, touche, they are. But now you still need some help. So we'll find reasons and excuses to not go get help, to not go get fixed, to not go get therapy, as opposed to reasons to just keep wilding out and doing your own thing. Like, I don't need that. And I can self-heal. No, you're far gone. Like, this ain't no self-healing type of situation. It's just not.
It's too much. Some people, it's just too much work. Just to work.
But we can't enable it by continuing to support bad behavior, whether it's in our families or in entertainment. Like, technically, something's wrong with R. Kelly. I canceled him 20 years ago. But technically, people continue to support him. Yeah. So he continued to spiral and get worse.
It's interesting because a lot of times in our community, no matter what, we support those people, those entertainers. Yeah. But people were quick to turn on Bill Cosby.
Well, I don't know, quick. That had been out there for a while. It took.
But when it came out, and people, it was like people just did not come to his defense like they've come to other people's defense. I agree.
Because they believed other people, and they forgot that Bill Cosby walked away from Hollywood and decided that he wanted to buy NBC. And when he was not allowed to buy NBC, he went on a campaign, on a crusade to tell people to pull their pants up. So there were a whole lot of folks, especially white folks, that said, you are not going to do this. So I believe wholeheartedly that, yes, Bill Cosby had some indiscretions, but Bill Cosby was allowed to have those indiscretions at the Playboy Mansion, and Hugh Hefner never paid the price that Bill Cosby is paying. So there are a whole lot of folks. And at the Playboy Mansion.
It was the Playboy Mansion. And what do you expect? I mean, and I'm saying nobody deserved to be, accosted if, should be consensual, but it's the Playboy Mansion.
Right. It's the Playboy Mansion.
Like if you're here, anything.
Ex-basketball player with the yellow hair and stuff. Dennis Rodman. This was several years ago, maybe, 10, 15 years ago. He was living down in Orange County, and he had a big party. And the next day, the girl went to the police and say, I was groped at this party. So the police went to Rodman's house.
Yeah.
And, there was a woman said she got groped here. And he said, well, if she was at my party, she got groped.
She got groped.
That's what we do at my parties. We grope women.
Yeah.
And the police
had no business
and walked away and said, well, I guess.
What can we do now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at the Playboy Mansion. Bill Cosby was at the Playboy Mansion, and all of these women and girls were there. And the expectation is that if you're at the Playboy Mansion and you're involved in that stuff, then that means you're okay with it.
Did you talk to Lenny?
Yes, he's on his way back.
Okay.
He's on his way back. But something has to be done. And it's amazing that here, this Orange County guy has been released from prison. Released from Patton. Patton is the prison for the mentally disturbed. And they have released him, but they won't release Bill Cosby.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we got Lenny.
That's crazy. We got Lenny back.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, great.
All right.
Glad to have you.
Great, glad to have you back. So we might as well get started since Lenny is back.
First of all, I don't know if you heard me. I said you look great for 75, bro. You know, you look fantastic. Man, I've listened to you. Uh-oh, are you frozen again?
Frozen again. Lenny, he froze again. He must live in a mountainous area. He froze again. Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. We're going to get this party started because you keep freezing.
Yeah, I am. Well, I'm not. I need a blanket or something.
Yeah, I know.
You guys need to be here. It's smoking out here. But Lenny, I've listened to you for years, man. Loved your music since back in the day, and when you were with Tower of Power. Went and saw you guys several times. The stuff you did as a solo artist, man. It is an honor and a pleasure to meet you. Truthfully, man. Truly.
I tell them guitars on the wall back there.
Yeah, I dabble a little bit.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to these past few years?
Oh, well, I've just been working. You know, I've been doing a lot of traveling around, you know, doing shows. And up until the COVID virus, I was working every weekend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just working every weekend, out doing shows. Been doing a lot of blues shows and things of that nature. And, you know, just opening up for Frankie Beverly or, you know, whomever. Yeah. And doing that and having a real good time with that. I was the Temptations. And then I've been working on music, writing songs. I got a new CD that's out, just came out just a few weeks ago. And excited about that. So, you know, just, you know, keeping it moving. Yeah. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So where were you supposed to be?
Let me see, where would I be today? Let's see if I can find my calendar and see where I would be today if I wasn't doing this COVID virus thing right now. Let's see. I forgot where I go to look. It's been so long.
But Lenny, oops, I'm sorry. Lenny,
go ahead,
while you're looking, I'd love to ask you though, how this COVID situation is kind of making you feel. You look invincible, you know, but it is a situation where the older population is more at risk. So I would just love to hear from you. You look pretty healthy.
I'm 75 years old. You know, I get out and I walk every day. And
black don't forget black don't crack.
Push-ups every day and try to eat right. And I just, you know, pray to the good Lord that he just keeps me, you know.
Are you taking any supplements or anything like that?
Well, you know, I take some vitamins. You know, I don't really believe in them, but I do take them. You know, you know, just trying to. You know, I'm from like Arkansas. You know, that good old pot liquor. You know, y'all don't know what pot liquor is?
Pot liquor, yes, we do.
Okay, yeah, you know, drink the juice off those greens and cabbage and all that stuff like that, and you know, try to make that work for me. But I do have, you know, a couple of vitamins. My daughter and my wife be trying to push them on me and stuff. And then I just started about a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago. I started doing that CBD oil that Snoop has. I do Snoop's CBD oil. I told his mother, I was talking to his mother, I said, you tell that little scientist of yours that stuff working pretty good, you know. So
it is working. Yes, it does work. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, so,
it does work.
So I've been doing that, you know, and just trying to, you know, just trying to walk every day, touch my toes, you know, do all that good stuff. And so far, so good.
Very good. Well, you know, the other thing that we all, especially those of us who are on this call, we all have to understand that black don't crack. So we have to make sure that we stay on top of being healthy and looking well. We've got to do that. And we're all, well, let me see. Don't let me say that we are all, because I think Tanya is a Gen Xer. We forgive you, Tanya. We forgive you, Tanya. Tanya's a Gen Xer. A Gen Xer is, you're not a Gen Xer?
What is that?
Tanya's a Gen Xer. She's in her 40s.
That's a Gen Xer?
That's a Gen
that's
Xer.
Oh,
That doesn't,
Lord,
that doesn't really sound like a compliment, though. Can we find something else to call it?
Well, let's see.
They've
What
been
else do you want?
associated with some pretty awful behavior, like letting people like Trump get in office. So
Yeah.
find something else to be called.
Yeah. Well, remember the millennials, they were the Bernie or bust people. So the millennials, the Gen Xers,
they are still out there. They're not as vocal, but talking to my son, he said he's got friends that are still in that ilk.
And that's gross. That's gross.
So,
But Lenny,
are you still in touch with the guys from Tower Power?
he froze again. Yo, Lenny. Oh, gosh. Oh, Lord. He must be in a mountain type area. Oh, there you are.
Yes.
Okay, there you are. There you go.
The one that keeps dropping off?
You keep freezing.
Oh, okay.
Are you up in the mountains? Are you in the hills?
Well, I kind of live in the hills, sort of, yeah. But
Okay. That could have something to do with it also. Because the signals are weak. The signals are weak. And since COVID began and everybody is at home on their computers, everybody's on the internet. So the internet did not know that all of this was going to happen. So the signals are weak. Everybody's on their computers. Everybody's using Zoom. Everybody's using something. So it creates a weakness in the link.
Okay. I just realized I would, if it wasn't for the COVID, I would be in Portugal right now. Yes.
Oh, wow. Really? Great.
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. Yeah, bummer.
So, Lenny, are you still in touch with the cats from Tower Power? Every time I ask him a question, he freezes up.
You wonder why.
I'll just shut up. And you guys take.
So Lenny, okay, Lenny, move around a little bit.
We're gonna have to have him on again so we can get a real good interview on this. Is just.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. Lenny, move around a little bit. Can you hear me? He can't hear me. Lenny. Okay, Lenny. He can't hear a thing. Oh, crap. Lenny. Yo, Lenny.
I tell you what, why don't we play some...
Yeah, play some Tower of Power. And some Lenny Williams.
Ain't nothing I can say, nothing I can do. I feel so bad, yeah. I feel so blue. I got to make it right for everyone concerned. Even if it's me, if it means just me, what's getting burned? 'Cause I could never make you unhappy. No, I couldn't do that, girl. Only wish I didn't love you so. Makes it so very hard to go. 'Cause I love you so very hard to go. I love you so. I knew the time would come. I'd have to pay for my mistake.
All right, we're going to listen to the rest of that later on, and I've got a couple of other tunes queued up. But what I was asking you, Lenny, is that I hope you're still there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Are you still in touch with the cats from Tower Power? Do you talk to those guys? You guys ever have?
That's interesting. I just emailed emailed Emilio Castillo today, as a matter of fact. Yeah, just checking in with him, see how he was doing in this COVID virus. It's only about 3 guys in the band right now that were there when I was there. Yeah, I think Mimi, Doctor, and David Garibaldi. Yeah, but I keep in touch with a lot of the guys. I talked to Bruce Conti. He lives over in the Philippines, and Chester Thompson. He's around in the Bay Area. Yeah, so we keep in touch. Pretty much. But don't get a chance to see each other a lot because everybody's busy. But usually phone call, email, something like that. Yeah.
And you were there.
My royalties come to the right place. Yeah.
You were there during the heyday when you guys were really pumping out the hits, man.
Right.
What was that like, just being a part of that whole scene?
Yeah, it was in the 70s, 73, 74, 75. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole funk scene you guys had. I mean, your sound was just incredible, man. The horn, 13 pieces was it?
Something like that, 13 pieces. You have a nice rhythm section, 5 horns, percussion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Now, you were living in the Oakland area when you started with Tower of Power, right?
Right. Yeah. I grew up in Oakland.
Mm-hmm. How did that come about that you hooked up with them?
Well, I did a record. My first record I did back like 69 or something like that, 68, 69. And so a friend of mine, I'd never done a gig I've sang in church, but I'd never done a gig with anybody, outside the church. So a friend of mine hooked me up with this guy that was managing bands, took me out to the suburbs to meet this little band called the Motown Soul Band. Mm-hmm. And I hooked up with them, but some of them were still in high school. And so, we did a few little things, but it just, wasn't my cup of tea at that moment. And so fast forward a couple of years later, I was hanging out with Larry Graham. He's in Sly and Family Stone. And we were writing songs. And Larry's like, hey, let's put some horns on these songs. So we called this band Tower Power to come over. When they walked in, I'm like, oh, these are little dudes from Motown Soul Band. They changed their name. They kind of grown up. And so we connected with them, and I started writing for them. And then I wrote on their second album. And then about a third album, turned around, I was a singer. Where they were having some problems with the guy who was, their singer. And I think he was banging heroin and, just, all the stuff that comes with that. And so I just slid right on in, became not only a writer, but the singer of the band. Mm-hmm.
And you became the face of Tower of Power, basically.
Yeah, basically you could say that. Yeah, right. I mean, it was just, the timing was perfect. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, it's like going to, going to the Bulls, the year that, Michael broke out and they started winning the championships. It's like, hey, I was sitting on the bench for all 6 titles. I got 6 rings. What's your name? So, but I did contribute. That's for doggone sure, as writing and singing. Yeah. So, I just perfect timing.
Yeah. And I think anybody that thinks about Tower of Power thinks about you and the hits that you had. I'm looking at I've got Urban Renewal album. I've got
Back to Oakland,
Tower of Power. It just says Tower of Power on the label. He's got you guys in concert with you walking across the stage. I love that album, man. So very hard to go. What is hip? You've got the Funkifies, all the syncopated rhythms, all the stuff that was going on. That was just killer stuff, man.
Yeah, I was glad to be a part of it. Because I just came at the right time. I was hanging out with John Fogerty and people like that, Sly, and
I read you did something with, was it John Fogerty? Let me see.
Yeah, John. When I first started, John had a group called the Gollywogs, and he had a group called the Gollywogs, and we were hanging out. And Huey Lewis had a group called Clover, and everybody just trying to make it, and here I am,
that was before Creedence Clearwater, huh?
Yes, that was a couple of years for Creedence. It was the same guys, his brother Tom, John, Tom, Stu, and Doug. Yeah, the same guys. They just changed their name and bam,
So what did you do with the Temptations, or what have you done with the Temptations? One of my favorite groups.
Well, I traveled with them a lot, doing shows with them and things of that nature, and so had a lot of fun doing that. The Mighty Temptations, so
all the Mighty Temptations.
Yeah, right. So it was always fun to do shows with them,
Oh,
and
right.
it was going to be a lot of excitement, a lot of good music, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 And back in those days when I wasn't married, a lot of pretty girls, you know. Yes. Yeah.
And so you cut 2 singles that were actually written by John Fogerty.
Yeah, I did. As a matter of fact, yeah.
Lisa's gone.
Yeah.
So we asked yesterday, we had Cheryl Cooley on.
Oh, yes.
And one of the questions that Kenny Hendrix asked Cheryl was, have you ever had any undergarments thrown at you? And oddly enough, she did. She did.
She did? Oh, well.
She did.
Well, tell her I want them back.
I remember that.
Hang them on my wall, right? Yes.
Hang them on your wall. Okay.
Yes,
Okay. I'll tell her you want them back.
My one moment of indiscretion, yes.
Yeah, your one moment of indiscretion. So how many moments have you had on stage like that?
It's happened quite frequently. Yeah, right. Yeah,
really?
especially in younger days. Yeah, and surprising enough, it still happens now. Yeah. Right,
You're kidding.
Yeah.
People still do that?
Yeah, and
that's a real thing.
Yeah, and they but generally, you know, I found out that a lot of times they know that they're going to do it. It's not so much a moment of where they get caught up in a moment. You know, they'll go and buy something particularly for that. It's not like they take it off. You know.
Yeah.
It's usually
let's hope not.
Yeah, right. Something new, and and they have it in their purse and they throw it up there. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So I would love to know what you think about today's music, and if there's anybody you actually like.
Yeah, today's music is cool. I mean, you know, I think that myself, I try not to be a critic of today's music, and because I know when my music was out, or I think about my parents, you know, when the music that they liked was out, I'm sure with their parents are probably saying, "Oh, this music is whatever," you know. But I mean, I like it. Sometimes I get involved with young rappers, and we talk about the subject of lyrics and lyrical content. And then some people just kind of get locked into a certain thing. And I was like, okay, you know, you have to keep your mind open, because what if Disney calls you and say, hey, I want you to write something, that you have to write something that's family oriented or oriented to kids. And if you're just on that street thing, then, you know, you may not, you might miss out on $1 million gig, you know. So, but in terms of the music, in terms of the creativity, I mean, I like it. I pet my foot to it, and but I think the lyrics, that put down women and things of that nature, and they glorify a lot of drugs and violence. I think that people probably need to kind of move beyond that, because music does have a lot of influence on people. And so I guess the same thing, I guess, with movies or books or anything like that. You know, a lot of times people kind of focus on music, and, you know, they forget about sometimes I watch movies and it's like, wow, I ain't moving on 3 seconds, and, you know, and 5 people that got killed already, you know. And, you know, so I think that just in terms of the arts in general, people need to, kind of be careful what they write about or put out there. But people that I like Trey Songz, I like Anthony Hamilton, you know, people like that. Beyonce, you know, just like, you know, I just turn the radio on and listen, and it, you know, it sounds good to me. Yeah.
Several sampled your music. I'm reading here. Kanye has, Jay-Z, Trey Songz. They've sampled some of your stuff.
Yeah, they sampled my music, you know, and I appreciate it too. I mean, when Kanye and Twista sampled my music, I think off of that just one sample, I made $1 million. You know.
Is that right?
What?
Yeah, just that one song. I was like, oh, I'm walking around with a big old sign, sample me. Yes, right. Yes. Yeah, I need to be sampled. Yes. Yes.
So when they sample your music, are they incorporating that into the stuff they're doing?
Yeah. So what they do is it's a kind of derivative of what you do. It seems like when, you know, with your grandmother's recipe, you know, she might put a pinch or something, and then you put 2 pinches in, you know.
Yeah.
And so, but the thing about it is, you know, because I've copywritten that, and I own the publishing to it. And the publishing,
you have to get paid.
Yeah, yeah, right. Most definitely, right. You sound like a manager over there, right? Yeah,
Oh, I'm a manager, all right.
yeah, yeah. So but that's the beauty of of taking care of the business side of the music business. A lot of times people just say music, and they don't concentrate on the business aspect, and then unfortunately you lose out at some point in time.
Well, that's what we talk about, because there are a lot of kids who are in the business but don't understand the business.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just here today and gone tonight. And forgive me for saying, I'm an old school girl.
Yes.
I love yesterday's music. I love yesterday's music. Today's music, I'm very picky. I have no clue as to what Jay-Z has ever done. I wouldn't know it if you put it right here on the table. Tanya's laughing. I don't know. I have no idea. No, I'm not joking. No, I have no idea.
Like
Tanya,
what?
And it's amazing that I think it's amazing that we actually they're referred to as an artist. And when I was in the classroom and young girls would say to me, I'm a woman, and I would say, well, wait a minute, how old are you, 16? Well, I'm 56. Am I a woman or are you a woman? We can't be the same thing because I'm 56 and you're 16. So there's some time in between there. So the same thing for music. So an artist, for me, and this is personal, an artist is not an artist because he says he's an artist. What do you do? What qualifies you as an artist? Because you can scratch, or because you can do some jiggies on the dial, or are you an artist because you know how to write music, you know how to play a tune, you know musical notes, you can play an instrument, you can sing. If somebody comes in and tells you to do something a certain way, you can do that. Or are you something else? So, when I hear artist, I'm thinking of somebody that can do all of it. I'm not thinking of somebody that can maneuver controls on a board.
Well, I guess it all depends on the consumer, in a way. So if somebody could go to Berklee School of Music or Juilliard and put out music all day long, and nobody buys it. They're an unknown, and then
and they're still an artist.
Yeah, but they're still an artist, right? Yeah, right. And then you take some kid who's never ever picked up an instrument or do something and do the hand blown and rhythmically and come up with a melody, and it could sell 1 trillion copies. So I think artistry is what it is how it appeals to people. I mean, it's the same thing with sports. You say, you think of the traditional sports, baseball, basketball, football, things like that, track and field. But then, people go out and they get or skiing, and people go out and get a snowboard and say, okay, that's a new sport, or they'll go, get on these little skateboards, and now that's a sport. People just come up with different things and call it sporting. Or like golf, is golf a sport or is boxing a sport? I mean, does a guy can have a potbelly and be a champion golfer, but you can't have a potbelly and be a champion boxer,
Right.
And so but I think it's just whatever you put yourself into and you dedicate yourself to it. When it comes to music, it's like people scoffed at rap, but now everybody's doing rap. Black people, white people, older people, rock groups, you name it. Everybody's doing rap. Rap is the preeminent source of music today.
Okay.
French rappers, there's Spanish rappers, there's
everybody raps. Everybody, Asians rap. Everybody raps.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I look at, when I think about an artist, when I think about a musician, I go from people like Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald, Diana Washington, Mahalia Jackson, Herbie Mann, John Coltrane, just those. So, because I'm old school, I am a seasoned woman. So I'm looking at those things that I grew up with. the things that had real, true meaning. There were no disparities in that music. You never heard Smokey Robinson or the Temptations or your Tower of Power, even in your music. You never heard anybody call a woman or girl a but I tut cut hut. Okay. You never heard that. You never heard in any lyric somebody referring to someone as a HO. You never heard somebody talking about I'll drag you through the whatever. Men had love songs.
But you know what though? If you go, when you get off, go to Google and Google blues songs, early blues songs in the 20s that had provocative lyrics, and you will be shocked that it'll put some of these rap songs to shame.
Really?
Oh yes. And I used to always wonder, you know, my don't listen to that blues. As soon as you down in Arkansas, my grandparents.
That's honky tonk blues.
But don't listen to that blues. I used to always just wondered. I'm just like, I'm going to Kansas City, here I come. I was a crazy little woman there. I'm going to get me one. What's wrong with that? It's nothing terrible about that. Yeah, right. But I'm telling you, when I Googled, just Google blues songs in the in the 20s and the 30s that had sexually provocative lyrics, and I tell you, you will be amazed that it'll make you want to go take a shower and
oh, you're kidding.
And
worse than today.
And pray a little bit. Yes, right.
Worse than today.
Here it is, something.
Well, I mean, it's on par with today. Yes, right. Yeah.
Here's something: 50 filthiest blues songs ever. I'm gonna have to look through this.
But yes, I've seen that list too. But I mean, if you go back and you just distinctly say the 20s or the 30s, because you want to see what was going on way back then. Because my grandfather lived to be 104, and my grandmama and them was like, "Oh, don't sing that blues. Whatever you do, don't sing that blues." And I was just always wondering, what was it? I mean, I'd listen to B.B. King or Albert King or people like that, and Howlin' Wolf. They weren't saying anything that was, overly, provocative. And then I went back and I started, oh my goodness, yeah. It's
my mom used to, she had an old girlfriend that they would go and drink hooch. Was the liquor that you make in the bathtub?
Moonshine.
Moonshine.
Listen
to that, and I would be in the other room listening. And I was like, "Ooh, old people nasty." They
old people like to have fun too, right? Yeah.
And they didn't beat around the bush. They was
how you think we got here? Yeah.
Okay, but wait a minute. My question, Tanya, you said old people. Who's old?
Back then, when I was like 13 and, she was
okay.
like 65, 70 and listening to all this old nasty music, I was like, oh, they nasty. Like, we can't, this is when rap first came out. I was like, they call us nasty. Like, they
Number
nasty.
12 on the list is My Ding-a-Ling.
Where you make babies?
It's like, yeah, right. Number 12.
Number 12 is My Ding-a-Ling. Number 11, Big Long Sliding Thing. Number 10, Hot Nuts. Number 9,
Johnny Walker.
Backdoor Man.
It's what?
Backdoor Man.
Backdoor Man. The Backdoor Man. Yeah.
Yes.
Number 6 is Pay Before You Pump. Number 4 is Bone Me Like You Own Me.
And why are you not giving the names, Kenny? Who's the
and they want to be anonymous, right? Yeah, right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Have pseudonyms, right? Yes, right. Yes.
Who's what?
Tube Snake Boogie.
But those songs never made it to the airways.
Yeah.
Well, they make records, I mean, and some of those songs, they do sell. Yeah, right. Yeah.
But Lenny, you've also
me like you own me. Those are songs.
Yeah, Lenny, you've also done some acting, I'm reading.
Yes, yeah, I've actually done some plays with Billy D. Williams, Tachina Arnold, all kinds of different, Vivica Fox, yeah, right, yeah. So I started out doing stage plays. They mostly had me there for, to put butts in the seat, so to speak. Oh, Lenny's on the show, he's gonna sing "'Cause I Love You" or whatever, and then they give me a few lines. And that, you know, that worked real well for me for maybe about the first 4 or 5 plays. And then I got into play with David Talbot, is a playwright. And so I'm looking for my, you know, I get the script, I'm looking for my lines, and I've got 1 or 2 lines, and the next page, about 3 or 4 lines. Oh yeah, this is true to form. Then I turn the page, the whole page is me. And then it's like 5 pages of just me. I'm like, oh Lord, I can't do it. Can't do it. Yeah. And he said, no, you signed up for it. You're going to do it, and I'm going to teach you. And so I eventually, you know, just kind of, you know, learned how to make it happen. And, you know, you know, so like I said, I, you know, played Billy D. Williams' brother in a play, and was in with Tashina Arnold, did Vivica Fox. Actually, I got to kiss Vivica Fox. Right?
Oh, stop. Yeah. Oh my God. What did your wife think of? What did your wife think about that? What did your wife think about that?
I brought the money home, right? You know, yeah. So yeah. It's just acting, you know, right? I acted like I didn't like it, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
You acted like you didn't like it because it's just acting.
Yeah, it's just acting. Yes.
You're gonna get a whooping, Lenny.
It's just acting. Yeah.
I'm gonna get a whipping. I just like, if you whip me, you got to whip me for 20 minutes.
Got to make it good to you, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Okay. So that's sort of like yesterday with Cheryl Cooley. We were all meeting in the ladies' room. Okay. Okay.
I wasn't there, so.
Oh, yeah, you were. Yeah, you were meeting in the ladies' room just like we were, because the men all pause when I walk into the room. Okay.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. Yes, they absolutely do. So, Ken, we've got Lenny back, and it looks like he's defrosted now. So let's hear some Lenny Williams music. And Lenny, just so that you know, it's very hard for me to keep still. I'm not one of those kids that can keep still.
Okay, well, shake it up, baby.
Yeah, shake it up, baby.
Yes.
Twist and shout.
And this is one of my son's one of his favorite songs, by the way. And he's only 35.
He's 35?
I think. Yeah, 35.
Oh, this is the song that everybody loves. This is the song.
You know I love you.
Lenny, I cannot tell you how many people love this song. Every time I hear something, I say Lenny Williams, they say, oh, I love that song.
Yeah.
Oh my God. They love that song. And I'm pretty sure Tanya loves it too. Oh yeah. Now, what inspired you to write this?
Well, yeah, I had a guy that used to work on my house all the time. He was a carpenter. And he'd always tell me about his son was a great dancer, singer, songwriter, and just one of these talented kids. And I really didn't want to meet his son because, you know, parents, you know, they think their kid's the greatest thing since ice cream. And so finally I relented, and I said I would meet him. And so I came over, and he was definitely what his dad said he was. You know, he was a great little songwriter and everything. And him and I started writing songs. But one time he told me that he had to be inspired to write. You know, he has to get an inspiration. And I was saying, wow, you know, it's really interesting. The guys at Motown, the songwriters at Motown, they get over there at 9 o'clock in the morning, and they punch in, and they just sit in the room all day, and they write songs and punch out at 5 o'clock. You know, no inspiration, just that's what I do. You know what I mean? I'm a songwriter. And so one day he came by the house to write songs, and I didn't want to write. And he asked me why, and I was saying, well, me and my girl had got into it. And he said, well, what would happen if you was at Motown? You'd have had to write, and you'd just miss the whole day of work, right? And so he challenged me, and then so we went in and sat down at the piano and wrote this song. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's how it came
about. You and the kid?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really? Wow. So did you and your girlfriend make up?
Yeah, you know we had to do that. Yes.
Oh,
right, yeah.
Yes, of course.
That's the best part, ain't it? Yes.
That's the best. Making up is the best part. That makeup. Yeah. That's let me see. Makeup.
Break up and makeup. Yeah.
Makeup. All we do. Break up to makeup. That's right. Because makeup is the best part.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay. That makeup stuff. That's the best thing to do.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we wrote this song, and that song's been kind of a mainstay. People just love it.
Yeah, they do. They love that song. They love that song. And I cannot tell you how many people say, Lenny Williams, oh, I love that song. I love that song. Wow, really? And you know what? This is Black Music Month. So it is really and truly an honor to have you on with us during Black Music Month. And we do Black Music Month to honor all the musicians, the artists, the legendary powerhouses such as yourself. So we are really and truly honored to have you on. And I don't know what Kenny Hendrix is doing, but he's hogging it all to himself.
You talking to me?
Play it louder. Yeah. Turn it up so we can all hear
it. One time things got so bad until I had to go to one of my friends and talk to him. And I told him, I said, I'm having problems with the woman that I love. It seems that I call her on the phone and I just can't get her to answer. And then I went to her house and I saw a car parked in the driveway. I knocked on the door, but still my knocks went unanswered. And then I went home and I watched television until television went off.
That's back when television used to go off.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Yeah.
Finally, I went to bed, but I found myself waking up a few hours later. And the tears were running down my face. And my friend told me, he said, Lenny, you just ought to forget about her. But I told my friend, I said, maybe you've never been in love like I've been in love. And maybe you've never felt the things that I felt. But this is what I told my friend. I said, sometimes you get lonely. You get lonely. You get lonely. And I cry. And the tears would fill up in the wells of my eyes, oh baby. And then it got so bad. So one time I thought I'd roll myself up in a big old ball and die. And then I met you, darling.
Whoa.
And you smiled at me. Oh, it was such a pretty smile, yes it was. And you reached out your hand. You helped me. You helped me. Oh, I'm glad, baby. I'm glad, baby. Oh, baby. I won't ever leave you, baby. I won't ever grieve you, baby. I'm gonna love you. Oh, baby. I'm glad, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Oh, I love you. 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 I love you.
Wow. Wow.
Now that's music.
That's music.
Now
that is music, and that is music to my ears. That's music. That's music. That doesn't compare. You cannot compare that to this. I'm sorry. You just cannot compare that to this.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. And today's our wedding anniversary, as a matter of fact. Yeah. 40,
oh, really?
43 years. Yeah.
43 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, congratulations.
I keep telling her to leave, but she won't.
Don't Don't you hate?
Wonder why? Because you keep singing. That's why she won't leave.
Oh, you think that's it?
I think that's it.
Uh-huh.
Because you sang that song, that love song.
Yeah, some of that sexy blues.
Yeah, and see, she
bone
figures.
Me like you own me. Like, can I bone you like I own me?
Bone me like you own me. Exactly. She didn't need to leave.
We got to take a quick break. Pay some bills here.
Okay.
And
we'll be right back. And folks, remember, this is Lenny Williams, and we are celebrating Black Music Month with the real deal. So come on back. Kitty Hendrix will play us out of here. We'll be back in just a few moments. Folks, be right back. Stay where you are. Come on back. We're here with Lenny Williams. Come on back. This broadcast is brought to you by Central Neighborhood Health Foundation. Central Neighborhood Health Foundation has 7 locations to serve you: Los Angeles County, San Bernardino County, and Riverside County, with headquarters in Los Angeles on Olympic Boulevard. Central Neighborhood Health Foundation offers general medicine, pediatrics, and women's medicine. CNHF provides affordable, quality health care by appointment or by walk-in to their many clinics. CNHF is a Medicare-certified quality health care clinic whose mission is to minimize disparities in healthcare access and outcomes. CNHF provides quality patient-centered health care for underserved and vulnerable multi-ethnic communities in Los Angeles, San Bernardino, and Riverside counties. You can also visit our social media sites, Central Neighborhood Health Foundation at Facebook.com and CNH Clinics at Instagram. You can also visit our website at cnhfclinics.org. And remember, there is COVID testing in June, Monday through Thursday, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. in Los Angeles. Inglewood Clinic, Monday through Thursday, from 10 a.m. to 11. And remember, the CNHF Brand Clinic 2624 Food Pantry, every first and third Mondays of every month from 10:30 a.m. till 12. And remember, your life, your health, brought to you by cnhfclinics.org.
Nothing I can do. I feel so bad. Yeah. I feel so blue. I got to make it right for everyone
concerned.
Even if it's me, if it means just me, what's getting bad? 'Cause I could never make you unhappy.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Dr. Bill Relaford's Foot and Ankle Institute. Are you suffering from foot and toenail fungus? Is your back hurting and you don't know why? Well, it might be your feet that are contributing to your back and foot pain. Finally, you can get rid of back and foot pain and toenail fungus all in one visit to Dr. Bill Relaford's Foot and Ankle Institute. Dr. Relaford's antifungal treatment will have you asking, where have you been all my life? Dr. Relaford's foot treatment is known around the world. When you're ready to get rid of that nagging pain in your feet and back, call Dr. Relaford's office at 310-412-0183 for an appointment. Dr. Relaford is located at 455 North Prairie Avenue in Inglewood, California. Remember to call Dr. Bill Relaford's Foot and Ankle Institute for diabetic foot care, neuropathic foot care, and overall wellness. Dr. Relaford can be reached at relafordsinstitute.com. Remember to call Dr. Bill Relaford's Foot and Ankle Institute. This broadcast is brought to you by Central Neighborhood Health Foundation. Central Neighborhood Health Foundation has 7 locations to serve you: Los Angeles County, San Bernardino County, and Riverside County, with headquarters in Los Angeles on Olympic Boulevard. Central Neighborhood Health Foundation offers general medicine, pediatrics, and women's medicine. CNHF provides affordable, quality health care by appointment or by walk-in to their many clinics. CNHF is a Medicare-certified quality healthcare clinic whose mission is to minimize disparities in healthcare access and outcomes. CNHF provides quality, patient-centered healthcare for underserved and vulnerable multi-ethnic communities in Los Angeles, San Bernardino, and Riverside counties. You can also visit our social media sites, Central Neighborhood Health Foundation at facebook.com and CNH Clinics at Instagram. You can also visit our website at cnhfclinics.org. And remember the CNHF Grand Clinic 2624 Food Pantry every first and third Mondays of every month from 10:30 a.m. till 12:30. And remember, your life, your health, brought to you by cnhfclinics.org.
Maybe it was 73, and we went to did it live at a sound stage.
There is a recording out there.
Pardon?
Is there a recording out there with you on it?
Yes, yeah, that was on that album that had the platform shoes or something. It's called.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
It was, right, yeah. What is hip album or something like that? Yeah, but yeah, we did that. Yeah, that was great times back in those days.
Yeah,
I remember I had never been to Harlem, and we did the show up there, and it turned out so good that they's like, okay, everybody get your own limo. So everybody had our own limo, and the guy said, where do you want to go, sir? I said, I want to go to Harlem, and I just read so many books,
about
James
Harlem.
Baldwin, and about Harlem, and I wanted to go, and it was just an amazing experience. Yeah.
Wow. Very good. Very good. So, Ken, are you not able to pull that one up? You're still a young man. You're still a young man, Lenny Williams.
Oh, well, I try to fake it a little bit, Yes.
I don't know if that's faking it or not.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
that's not faking it. We're all chronologically seasoned people. But in our spirit, in who we are, like I'm the new 40, you got to be the new 45.
Oh, okay. We'll make that work. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we can make that work. We can make that work. I'm the new 40 and you're the new 45.
Right. Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Hey, Ken, are you looking for stuff on like on YouTube or Google
YouTube.
Or what?
YouTube.
That's where you're looking for stuff?
Because I see it's on the album also with the they got a piece of chicken with a
Oh yeah, no, that's not me singing that. Yeah. Yeah, that's the I can't think of the name of the album, but yeah, that's not me. Yeah. Yeah,
I'm gonna find with you on it. Yeah, that's
But I've got some new music out right now too. Yeah, that we just put out, and we're really excited about that too. Yes. Yeah.
Is it on
now? Your new music, is that with you, or is that with you and Tower of Power?
Oh no, that's with me, right? Yeah, right. Just the new music that I've been doing, right? And so we're really excited about it. Came out, yes, yeah. Got a song called,
and that one just came out.
Yes, we got a song called "Say So," and we've got a song called "Southern Girl." Yeah, that we're really excited about. Yes, yeah.
So Ken, are you looking for "Say So" and "Southern Girl"? Okay, we're gonna bring those up, and we're gonna keep the party going. So, Lenny, what inspires you now?
Well,
just waking up. Okay, that's enough. That's enough right there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I help my family, my wife and my kids, grandkids. So that inspires me.
That's inspiration. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just the struggle, the struggle inspires me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So do you have anyone that writes along with you, or do you solo write, or how is that done?
A little bit of everything, but right now I've been working a lot with a guy by the name of Levi Caesar. He was the guitar player for Prince in the New Power Generation band, and so his family was real good friends of mine. And then he's a lot younger, so then I eventually met him, and we've been doing a lot of writing together lately. And and I write with another guy, DOA, who is a producer, and he just produced the latest album on Kim, and and produced Keith Sweat's latest album. So I've been doing writing with both of those people, you know, and so that's been real productive lately. Yes.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
This is Say So.
This is Say So. Okay.
I hid my heart away, hoping you would find it one day. Prefer to keep the hold rather than just let it go. I hid my love away, hoping you would find it some way. It may be hard to tell because I hide my pain so well. Do you want to move on, or do we just stop here? Hold on, I can take it from here. I let you get away, I never should have left it that way. If you give me this chance, I promise there'll be better days. Don't go, that smile you're trying to hide, you know it always lets me know. My heart has a home, yeah. I felt real hard in love, there's never been another one. So I ain't stopping till we sing the sign. I hid my heart away, hoping you would find it one day. Prefer to keep the hold rather than just let it go. I hid my love away, hoping you would find it some way. It may be hard to tell because I hide my pain so well. Darling, please say so. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Baby, 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 say so. Oh, baby, say so. Baby, say so. Baby, 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 say so. I hid my heart away, hoping you would find it one day. Prefer to keep the hold rather than just let it go. I hid my love away, hoping you would find it some way. It may be hard to tell because I hide my pain so bad. Tonight, baby, we could take it slow. Do you want to catch a ride? Please, please don't tell me no. You've been on my mind and I can't seem to let you go. Baby, 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 say so. Baby, say so.
Wow.
Now that's called Baby Say So.
Yes, Say So. Yes. Yes.
Say So.
Yeah.
That is good. Now, I hope it is okay for me to say this, but you and Ronald Isley sound almost exactly alike.
Well, you know, Ron's a little older than me, and I listened to some early Ron Isley, and I even listened to some late Ron Isley, and we both had the same idol, which was Sam Cooke. And so I think that sometimes that's why we sound alike in some instances, because we both kind of built what we do off of Sam Cooke. Yes.
Okay.
Maybe it's because I mean I don't know. I think I know what you're saying. I think when you hit the falsetto, I think maybe you're hearing that, but I wouldn't have thought to say that you sound like Ron Isley. It doesn't.
To me, it sounds just like Ron Isley.
Right, doesn't sound like to me. Lenny's. I mean, I love Ron Isley and I love Lenny Williams. Both are voices, and I've listened to them tons and tons. So I mean, it's just a matter of how you're hearing it. But great song. It's got
great song. Yeah.
Anthem feel.
Great song. Yeah. It really does. Yeah.
You know. So I'll do that, and then like the other song I was telling you about is called "Southern Girl." You know, something a little bit different. When we're down south, we do a lot of what they call Southern soul music now. You know, kind of a mixture of R&B with the Southern sounds.
Let's listen a little bit. I got that queued up here. Yeah.
Southern Girl.
Yes.
Gotta go there, man.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
We ain't talking about just the big cities. We're talking about backyards.
Backyards. This is a party.
It's that Southern soul music, yes.
Yeah, that's Southern soul music.
Come on, yeah. Talk about the Southern girls.
The Southern girls.
All my friends, they've been telling me about the girls down south. Say fine as hell.
Whoa.
Blind man can tell. That's why I want one for me. Listen, 5'3", or maybe 5'8".
5'3". 5'1.5".
That's why I gotta stay away. Cause every time you come around, all I wanna do is pay.
Hey.
She bring you right on down. And you can't get enough. Don't say what you won't do with the Southern girl.
Southern girl. Hey.
Come on, rock my world.
Come on, rock my world.
Girl,
Come on, Southern girl.
and them buns are burning hot. And we got a lot of power to go. We look good in them jeans. But them jeans,
Oh.
who you are? No, no, no. I wanna thank your mama named Sally and that Negro that's your daddy for making you.
And that Negro that's your daddy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. That Negro that's your daddy.
That's how they do it down south.
Yeah.
That's how they do it down south.
Yep.
Running down to your knees. Girl, I'm in the mood.
In the mood.
I'm ready to do what I gotta do. Whatever you like is what I want. So
What I want.
Southern girl,
Southern girl.
show me what you got.
Show me what you got.
Southern girl,
Southern girl.
Houston, and Texas, and Kansas City too. Jackson,
Mississippi.
Louisiana, Tennessee,
Atlanta.
down in Arkansas, North and South Carolina. There's girls for all of y'all.
Carolina.
Everywhere. I was up in New York City. I saw them. Matter of fact, I was up in
New York City. Found Southern girls in New York City.
Yeah, you know it.
You didn't find any in California?
Yeah, we found some in California. Yeah, we found them in Oakland, yeah, San Francisco.
San Francisco, Los Angeles. You found Southern girls everywhere.
Yeah. Now somebody wrote me the other day and said, "Well, I'm not a Southern girl." I said, "Well, where your grandmama from?" Mississippi. I said, "You Southern girl, you know."
You a Southern girl.
Yeah, she know. She put that stuff on you. Yeah, baby, this is the way you do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's a Southern girl. Everybody's a Southern
Yes,
girl.
yes.
Go ahead, Tanya.
I would love to hear from you how you have seen the Bay Area change, because you've been there a while. I'm from San Jose,
Yes.
and also in Contra Costa County. So
Oakley,
Oakley.
like Richmond.
So I was in Oakley when it was becoming from when it was a town to when
Yeah.
it became a city, and then in Brentwood.
Oh yeah.
But the change has been incredible. Like the 680 and the 880 give me claustrophobia now. So it's just different. But I'd love to hear, do you still like it, or do you want to leave there? Like, tell me how you feel.
I love the Bay Area. I grew up in Oakland. I was born in 1945, so I came to Oakland in like 1947 or 46. I was like about a year and a half, you know. So I grew up in Oakland, kindergarten all the way through high school. 1 year I did maybe like the third grade or something like that. I went to school in Berkeley. And so I've watched Oakland change. You know, I've watched the gentrification. I've watched I watched when I grew up, we didn't have no bars on our window. Right. Everybody's mom and daddy worked.
Yeah, that's
true. You didn't have a key to the house, so everybody's door was unlocked, and everybody knew everybody's door was unlocked with no burglaries, none of that stuff. You know, never knew anybody that got shot or killed or anything like that. Then to watch it change. Everybody had a daddy. Even if it wasn't your biological daddy, you know, he had a deep voice, and he'd pop you upside your hand if you did something
still
wrong,
your daddy. That's
whatever,
right.
And and then just watch the destruction and everything, and then then when I grew up, most of black people was in West Oakland. Then we started moving out toward East Oakland and started doing that and, integrating. And then, somewhere around in the 70s or say 75, 80, the people started moving out, toward Antioch, Pittsburgh, and, Oakley, Clayton. And, I've got a friend of mine that's a police officer, a black police officer, and he moved to Antioch, because he didn't want to be running into everybody that he was arresting in Oakland. And he says that now Antioch and Pittsburgh, I mean, they have so much, it's just like living in the hood. The crime is just crazy. The school teachers, the white school teachers out there don't know what to do with those kids. I mean, half of them, 3/4 of them getting suspended. Yeah, getting suspended. Well, they don't know how to deal with our kids. You know what I mean? Whereas the teachers in Oakland who may say, well, talk to you, know how to talk to you or know how to settle you down. And so, they have all these problems, with the kids. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And the prices, now everybody's trying to come back to Oakland, so now you've got, where Oakland, West Oakland, all the traditional areas that were black, or even in Richmond, they're all turning white now. And everybody wants to be close to San Francisco and close to the BART. They don't want to be spending all that time on 80 and 680 and all that stuff like that. And so 580, so as a consequence, you've just got, it's just kind of a turnaround, and people were selling their houses, going out to Clayton and places like that. And now they can't get back. They can't get back in, you can't, you just drive by I was telling somebody last night, I think it was, I was down in West Oakland, down at the bottom of 8th Street, all the way down by the BART, and they were building this house fixing this house up. They wanted $1.5 million for it. And I said, I used to live in that house when I was a little kid, and it's just, but it's just interesting, just the whole turnaround and how the Bay Area is changing, and then it's going to change again now because with this COVID, and all these big businesses are saying that they can have people work from home, and they don't have to go into these offices now. So now these big office buildings, the rents for them are plummeting now.
Right.
And they're plummeting, and we don't know. So a person could definitely say, "Hey, I'm going to move to Idaho and pay Idaho rent, or buy a house in Idaho that, same kind of house you buy out here for $180,000. But you can still have the California salary.
Yep.
And so we don't know what's going to happen with real estate. We don't know what's going to happen with anything. It's going.
Lenny.
Yeah.
My family is also from East Palo Alto, and I was there when it was East Palo Alto, and they've incorporated it into Palo Alto, but I was there when they had the first McDonald's with the bulletproof drive-through.
Right, yeah.
Bulletproof in
Nairobi.
Bulletproof drive-through. And now I go, because Jones Mortuary is there, and all my family has been buried at Jones.
Yeah.
You can't even recognize when you get off University Avenue anymore that it's.
You get lost. Yeah, right. Yeah.
And it's full of Hispanics now. Like, I barely see any African Americans at all. The whole demographic
sounds like LA
shifted.
Yeah, and those houses down there, almost every house in East Palo Alto is worth $1 million.
Right.
What?
Yeah, almost East.
Like $300,000.
Jones Mortuary just not too long ago. Just buried my uncle over there. Right, I own a house down there in East Palo Alto. Paid $17,000 for it, and get offered $800,000-900,000 for it all day long. And the St. John Missionary Baptist Church. Yeah, Reverend Branch over there. Right. Yeah, I know down about East Palo Alto. Yeah, my mother used to have a house on Clark down there, right? Yes.
We did too.
Oh, you did? You might be my little neighbor or something like that. Your little girl running around with pigtails or something. But yeah, it's just amazing, because you got all of the high tech places down there and everything, so it's just unbelievable.
You're on Clark.
Well, you know what? Things in California
actually took over from New York as the most expensive place to live.
Yeah.
In the country.
Yes,
but the Bay is,
yeah, right, yeah. So
it's crazy. My daughter said she's driving up to the Bay this weekend, and I have been trying to talk her out of it. But she actually grew up in San Jose. She went to San Jose University.
Oh yeah.
And she went to SJSU. Yeah. And she grew up. That's where she got her footing. After I made sure And then she got out of the house and went on to school. But she's loved the Bay. When she lived in Dallas, when she lived in Houston, she always wanted to come back here. And the Bay is where she thinks she belongs. I don't think that
Yolanda, we're good people.
Oh, of course you are. My grandparents lived in the Bay. In fact, my grandparents lived on Hayes and then on 7th. My aunt lived in Oakland on, I don't remember the name of her street, but one of our board members, Leonard Collins, who will be joining us any minute now, he is still up there. He's got a restaurant called Southern Cafe that was in Antioch.
Oh, yeah,
So, yeah, so I'm quite familiar with the Bay. I think it is absolutely ridiculously high. In fact, I was on a flight going from here to Dallas in December a couple of years ago, and a student told me that she paid $13 for a bowl of soup. $13. And then someone else, we were talking to someone else, they were paying $1,800 a month to live in a crawl space.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean,
live in a crawl space and then pay $1,800 a month to live in a crawl space.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. And the adjuster came out to look at my car after it was stolen, and I got it back. And he said, "Oh yeah," he says, "I've got a girlfriend right now who lives in a house with 6 people, and she pays $1,100 to have a bed in the living room."
Yeah, I
Come
saw that on Craigslist.
Come on.
13 people living in the house, and they were still looking for more people to move in.
That's just ridiculous.
And there's a lot of people, I saw a documentary on it, people working in Silicon Valley, living in their cars.
Yeah.
Their cars parked all up and down the street, or they've got these small RVs and things like that. You know, and it's insane. It's like, you know, you're making $150,000 a month and you can't
find anywhere to live. Come on.
Yeah.
That is just outrageous. That is just simply outrageous. Let's take a couple of calls. Okay. Tyser. Are you with us, Tyser?
Yes, Colette. How are you this evening?
Good. Very good. How are you?
Outstanding. Very good. Got here a little late, but I'm glad I didn't miss the famous and great Lenny Williams.
There he is.
Hey, what's going on, Tyson?
All right, well, how you doing, man?
I'm good.
Great. Good. Enjoying the show. Like I said, I rush, to try to make this every chance I get. Enjoy. And especially hearing from one of my favorites. I can't get that high anymore.
Everybody's trying to do that.
You said anymore, so that meant you used to be able to. So that's
he can do that again. He'll do it again.
I know, but it's a little squeaky when I do it. Enjoy that, man.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, thank you. And let's go to 213. Can't see. 213-392. Caller at 213-392. Caller, are you there? 213-392. Okay, maybe that caller is just listening. Let's go to Pat Jones. Pat's partying with us.
Hey, thank you for taking my call here. I am enjoying the show. I am really, really enjoying it. And it's such a privilege because I've danced to those songs so much. Bring back lots of memories.
All righty. Yes.
Absolutely. So it is a party. You can see, Lenny, that we party here on Intentional Talk Radio.
I see that. Yes.
Yeah.
I can hang out sometimes. Yeah.
You got to hang out with us because it is always a party.
Thank you so much.
Very good. And what we want folks to know is whether this is COVID or not, we party. And we want folks to know. Always good to have a good time.
When you're doing live performances today, how many pieces in the band that you use?
Well, I have just a 4-piece band, and and then we can go from there. So the standard is a 4-piece, and if the budget allows it, then we can add horns, or we can add another keyboard, or whatever, and all the guys sing. So we can so we make it work. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Very good.
I know you said you were supposed to be in Portugal now, and of course we don't know what's happening. We could all be locked down from now on, but once you get back out there, what's on the horizon?
Well, I don't know. I got some gigs that I have to make up, because I got deposits from some shows, and so I got to make those up. And then, just whatever comes up, I guess it might be a whole new landscape once we get back. Not really sure. Not sure how long this COVID's gonna hang around and what it might mutate into and everything.
God, yeah.
And so just kind of a wait and see attitude, but definitely excited about getting back out there, doing my thing for sure.
Very good.
Cheryl from Climax we had on last night, and she said they are doing a show in October, Collette.
One in September and one in October in Vegas.
And did she say that they were going to have an audience or not?
No, they're not going to have an audience, but they're going to do a live show, but it will be virtual. They'll be live. They'll be there performing on stage, but the audience will be virtual.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to do some of those. I haven't really taken them up on it yet, but it's kind of serious talks with some people about it now, just to see how it's going to work. I have some friends from Confunction and
she talked about that. Yeah,
they're going to be doing those shows. I think they're going up next month, sometime in August, and so kind of see how it turns out for them, and then maybe I might do that, or jury's still out on that. Yeah,
that may be the new, as you call it, landscape until for the foreseeable future, until they can figure this whole thing out.
Right.
The Climax is going to be virtual, audience on pay-per-view, and they've been told they have to wear masks the entire time unless they're on stage. Once they get on stage, obviously they take the mask off. Off stage, they put the mask back on. So that may be the way we see it for the next. I mean, it could be for the next couple of years.
Ooh, let's hope not. Yeah, let's hope not.
I understand live performing. There's nothing like live performing.
Oh yeah.
You get to feel the audience. You get to be out there. But this is where we are. Unfortunately, this is where we are.
Unfortunately.
Somebody running the show who hasn't got a freaking idea, who couldn't find a hole in the ground if he, if
he walked in it.
Yeah. So we could be in bad shape for some time.
Let's hope not. We have to continue to pray that this gets to be handled real soon. Got to get a handle on it. Got to. So Lenny, who's the pianist in your family?
In my family was really interesting. My brother and my brother and my sister both took piano lessons. I didn't. I played trumpet, and then years later, my dad called me up and he was like, hey, "Come on, I got something to show you." And he had a guitar and an amp, and I said, "Oh, you bought that for me?" And he's like, "No, this is mine." And he started playing it, right? And then he had an organ, and he started playing the organ. He always could play, but I guess he was just always so busy working, that he. I never ever saw him play growing up. I never saw him ever touch a piano except to move it into the house, and and here it is, I mean, I was grown, had kids and everything, and the guy could sit down and play guitar and play keyboard and everything, so it's just kind of amazing. Yeah, and I do have a younger brother that he's a minister, but he really plays really, really well. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So, but that is a piano that I'm seeing in the background, correct?
Oh, yeah, it's a piano. I do my vocal exercises and stuff like that. And I fool around a little bit, but I wouldn't say I could play. Yeah, like
well, I can.
Yeah,
I can play chopsticks.
Chopsticks, yes, right. Yeah.
Yeah, Mary had a little lamb.
Yes.
Yeah, and I used to really try to play a lot because my father always had us playing an instrument, and all of us have an instrument. I was on the violin, the flute, and I tried to play the drums, but I was not able to compete with Kenny Hendrix. But we all have instruments. My sisters are clarinet. I'm the flute, the violin, and I also played percussion, the bells in the band. Wow. We were all in the band. And I believe I was the only one in band and orchestra. But we all had a musical instrument. I don't know if any of us can sing a tune, but we all had an instrument. I don't think any of us can sing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, Kenny Hendrix, he sings. He sings with his band.
A little bit.
Secondhand Smoke.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah,
just did a PSA today about smoking, and they have a website called smokefreemusiciancities.org, and they're trying to get the venues to go smoke free, because you have there's a lot of incidents of musicians having emphysema and lung cancer and things like that, because we're up on the stage and our smoke is coming up and we're inhaling it, deep breathing and things of that nature. So, just a big campaign out there to try to get more and more venues to go smoke free. And so it's pretty interesting, that you mentioned that, right? Yeah.
Clubs
Oh, that's good.
If you're in the city of Dallas, it's all non-smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the outskirts, some of the suburb cities,
mm-hmm.
on where you go, people smoke. Some do, some don't. So
Right.
you'll find some places. And there's a place that before COVID hit, that
Mm-hmm.
go sit in, and it was smoking, and it didn't bother me that much. It wasn't bad. But there was sometimes
Mm-hmm.
we were playing at a cigar bar.
Yeah.
And that was like, I'd get home from the gig and
Mm-hmm.
go to the garage, take my clothes off in the garage.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, because because you're in the, and they've got great
Air.
ventilation. It's not normal ventilation. It's pulling most of that smoke out, but it's all in your clothes, and they get and all my cases, soft cases, also
Mm-hmm.
like smoke.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's bad.
I cannot imagine being in a room with somebody that smokes. I just cannot even imagine that.
Yeah.
That's just gross. That is just gross. And we know musicians have always smoked. And it's funny, I guess it was last year, I was in Dallas I believe it was summer, somewhere in Dallas, and sometime during the summer. And we went to a meeting about CBD. And the girl who put the meeting together, she told us about, actually, it was her and my sister who told us about a Netflix documentary called The Grass is Greener. Are you familiar with that?
No, I'm not.
Everybody should watch it. Everybody should watch it, because it's about marijuana, but it's about marijuana as it related to musicians. And it talks about how marijuana came to be, because marijuana was not always the name of that. It was reefer. It was something else.
Mm-hmm.
Weed. It was not called marijuana. And back in the 60s, I believe it was, is when the name marijuana was introduced. And it was introduced because the politicians, the powers that be, they wanted to criminalize it because they could arrest more people. And musicians were not able to make any more money off of marijuana. They were not able to go and smoke before they went on stage. And the whole thing is really, really mind-blowing. It should give everybody a brand spanking new perspective on marijuana.
They also said marijuana was going to make white women want to go out and have sex with black men. No, seriously. They seriously said that.
Did they really? Oh, wow. Well, but anyway, it was.
Let me just say this to bring that up to today. About 3 to 4 days ago, one of the politicians, and I'll look it up to see who it is, said that white women are only getting involved with the Black Lives Matter movement, so they can
fornicate. Yeah. Did you see that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible. Who is it with this itty bitty narrow-minded thinking? Who is it? But that's one of the things that interested me when I saw that the grass is greener. It gave me an entirely new perspective on marijuana. I've never smoked cigarettes, nor have I smoked marijuana, but it changed my mind completely about marijuana and about the business of CBD. And to listen, in fact, the narrators are all white guys. Practically everybody in that documentary that has something to say, they're white. And they are talking about criminalizing marijuana and why it was so wrong. Why it was so wrong, and how the Black musicians were able to use marijuana before they went on the stage, and how good it was for them to be able to do that. And then it was taken away because it was illegal. It was illegal.
It's all the same thing with guns. It was fine in California to walk around with a long gun until the Black Panthers marched on the city hall up there. And then all of a sudden it became against the law.
Yeah, they went to the state capitol. Yeah, in Sacramento.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I was going to college with Huey Newton and Bobby Seale at that time.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, up at the Merritt College in Oakland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you went to school with Huey Newton and Bobby Seale?
Yes.
Oh, very good. Very good. I just recently saw something about Huey Newton. I just recently saw something. I don't remember what it was, but because it was in passing. But
his birthday is February 17th and mine is February 16th. We used to celebrate our birthdays together. Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
That's
Okay, very good, very good. So tell us, what are you going to be doing from now on? Do you plan on staying in music for another 10, 15 years?
Oh, probably another 30. Yeah. And then
Very good.
another 30 years, maybe another 40 years in music. And then
Sounds
I might try
good.
something else. I might try to be a comedian. I think
Oh,
that'll be
that's
my
good.
next thing. Yeah.
That's excellent. Outstanding.
What about
I try some of my jokes on you.
Okay.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Bobby.
Bobby who?
Barbecue.
Oh,
sounds like a
barbecue, huh?
Okay, I've got one more, right? I didn't see you guys didn't like that one. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Michael.
Who?
Michael.
Michael who?
Microwave.
Oh. Microwave.
What's your day job?
Okay, so you're still on the drawing board, right?
Yes, right.
I'm also reading on
Still getting it together here, right? Yes,
You're
right.
getting it
Yeah.
together.
Getting ready for my HBO special. Yes, right.
Yeah, exactly.
Lenny, I'm reading on Wikipedia some material destroyed in the 2008 Universal fire.
Right. Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, they had a big fire over in the warehouse over there, and a lot of masters got destroyed. A lot of my masters got destroyed. Yeah.
Wow. And they didn't have backup anywhere else or anything like that?
Pardon?
You didn't have backups anywhere else?
Not really. I mean, you have some, but nowadays with all the digital stuff, and the way they're able to get into all that stuff, I mean, it's not as bad as if it would have happened in the early 60s or the 50s or something like that. Then it would have been really devastating. But, they got, CDs and all the different things and in the way they can get in, with these CDs and various frequencies and all that kind of stuff, it's not as bad as it could have been, without all the technology that they have now. Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of technology, and of course you've obviously seen it, back from the days when you're recording on the horizontal tapes, the big 3-inch tape, and now everything's digital, going right into the computer. You can go in and make corrections, and it's just a completely different world from back in those days.
Oh, most definitely right. Yeah, I mean, if your timing's bad, they can move it over a little bit. If you're a little flat, a little sharp, they can fix all of that. It's amazing. Yeah, what they can do. Yeah.
Yeah, back then, if you made a mistake halfway through the song, take two.
Take two, right? Yeah.
Nowadays,
and then back in the day when they were doing it live, when everybody had to be playing at the same time, overdub before overdubbing.
Oh, yeah.
You make a mistake, everybody in the whole band's got to do it over again. He's like, you don't want to be that guy. Like you missed that sharp. Yeah, right.
Have you seen these guys on YouTube called Playing for Change?
I don't think so. I think I heard some about it.
They'll have like a guy in Detroit will lay down the bass line to Stand By Me. Then they'll have a guy in Brazil doing the percussion to Stand By Me. Then they have a guitar player from Spain. Then they have another percussion player from Africa. And they'll have maybe 10 different people standing there recording their stuff. They just their and then they put it all together. And they've got some it's mainly cover stuff, but they do a really good job at it. But that's the way the technology is. You got people all around the world, and then somebody gets together, puts it all
and they
together.
put it, well, interesting, because Jimmy Kimmel is on hiatus for the next 2 months. So when COVID started, he started broadcasting his show from his home, but he kept his band together, and his band is not Santana, but it'll come to me.
Not Kevin.
But what was it?
Kevin Eubanks?
No, not Kevin Eubanks. That's on Channel 4. But Jimmy Kimmel's band they're all in different places, and they put it all together. So when he is signing off to do a commercial, the band plays, but they're all in different spots, and there may be 8 of them, and then they all play at the same time. They all get the same cue, and then when it's time to go to the commercial, they know to all begin playing, and it works just fine. Technology is incredible.
It is, yes.
It is incredible. It's what?
Questlove, the drummer.
Questlove? No, I believe
that's Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon, yeah. Jimmy Fallon. But Jimmy Kimmel's band is a father and son, and they're Hispanic. And they've been with Jimmy Kimmel. Well, the son they grew up together. And the father and son are very popular. I can't think of their names, though. But they're very popular. They're what?
Is that the guy that he has all the jokes with, Guillermo or something like that?
Not Guillermo, no, not Guillermo. But the band, it's the father and son. The father plays, the son plays guitar, and the father plays
Cleto and the Cletones.
Cleo and the Cletones. But his father is I can't think of his father. Cleo and the Cletones. But his father is the musician who's very well known. But they play in all different spots. And when it's time to go to commercial, they all get the cue and they all begin to play, and it just sounds like they're in the studio. They do it very, very well. Yeah, they do it very, very well. So everybody is having to adapt to this new so-called normal. Everybody's having to adapt. So we're doing everything on Zoom, even though the entire planet is using Zoom or Skype or some form of technology to do what you have to do. Right. So we have to make it work. We have to make it work.
We ran out of time. Lenny, you want to give the listening and viewing audience websites, social media information, telephone number, name, rank, serial number?
You don't want anybody to contact
you. I'm on lennywilliams.com. You can always reach me. I'm on Instagram at Lenny, just Lenny Williams, and Facebook, all of that good stuff. And you can catch me there, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. And we check it out every day, 2 or 3 times a day, and we answer it ourselves. And definitely reach out to me. You can find out about what I'm doing, where I am, on my latest music, and everything like that. Yeah.
And your latest music is out there also?
Yes, so it's on iTunes, Tidal, Amazon, you name it, Spotify. Yeah, it's all out there. Yeah.
And Southern Girls are the 2 new singles, right?
Yeah, Southern Girl is the jam.
Southern Girl, Southern Girl. Yeah, it's gonna be my next single there, right? Yeah, yeah.
Very good. So we can get that and play.
Right, on iTunes, right? Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, play it and dance around.
Yeah, we want to play it on this network. As you can see, we party.
I see that. Yes, right. Yeah.
We do party, so we will give you some sounds on this network. We will give you some playtime.
Let's hear this before.
Yes.
We're going to run out of time, but I want to make sure we play this. ladies and gentlemen, Lenny Williams.
You're still a young man. You're still a young man.
Yes, all right. I take that from you. Yes.
Yes, you are.
I might turn off the lights and go in the corner.
Yeah, that's fun to do it to you.
Yeah, exactly. Where's Gracie?
Down on my knees. Heart in hand. I want you
To be.
but I'm not so young. Can't you
Mm-hmm.
that I think like a man? No, baby. I'm not wasting my time. Back once again. Ooh, just begging you, please, darling. Think twice about me. 'Cause I'm not so bad. I could make you happy. I'm not a bad. If you and I could be together, I'd get to you through any weather. I love you. Yes, I love you only. I'll never leave you alone. No, I won't, sweet lady.
Always
The damage is done.
You sound pretty good. You're singing. Yeah.
We know these tunes. We know these.
Yes. I want to thank y'all for having me on. I really appreciate it. Yes.
Oh, absolutely. It's been our honor and our pleasure. Thank you for coming on and joining us here at Intentional Talk Radio Network.
I got a
Thank
question.
you.
How much did you ad lib in here?
Well, a lot of it is ad-libbing, when you get down, past what they write, then you just start,
Yeah.
start doing your thing. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Very good. You did a good thing.
I appreciate that so much. Yes. We appreciate you. And I'd like to say to all your listeners that I really appreciate all the support they've given me over the years. And that I definitely don't take it for granted.
Very good.
Well, we want to thank you for all the great times, all the great music. Again, I'm 65, so I grew up listening. I'm 10 years behind you, but I grew up listening to this and had many, many, many a good time. Sometimes out partying, sometimes just over somebody's house, just
listening to the good music.
Back,
yes.
With a CC and 7 and, playing this or something like that, anything. With some Tower Power, with some Lenny Williams in the background. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Lenny Williams. Again.
The great, legendary Lenny Williams. And yes, I'm going to be 68 in a couple of weeks. And let me tell you, we all party to this.
Mm-hmm.
We
well,
all
thank you
party
so much.
to Lenny Williams, to Tower of Power and Lenny Williams. We're still partying to it.
All right.
Well, it just goes to show you how long your career has gone on. I'm 45 and I was listening to you when I was young. So we love
She said
you.
when I was young.
He's still young.
12 and 13, you start thinking 45 is old. So I'm actually, a little.
See, I
older.
don't like that because if she says 45 is old, I want to know what 68 and 75 are. Because let me tell you, that is
when I was a kid and my uncle was 27, I thought he was old. I used to be like, oh my God, my uncle and his dairy girl.
Yes.
No, this is the place.
It's all relative. Yes.
It's all relative. This is the place you want to be, young or old or anything in between.
Having a career like that is a blessing.
It is a blessing.
It is a blessing.
It is a blessing. That's why we bring you here to Talk Radio. Absolutely. So thank you very, very much. We want you to
My
be
pleasure.
safe. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor, and we celebrate you, and we will always play your music. And thank you for being such a great, great artist. Thank you so much. You have made so many people smile.
Thank you so
And
much.
I'm going to tell all my friends about this, and they will not. I'm sitting here with Lenny Williams. I'm stoked. I'm stoked, man.
Stoked, whatever that means.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing. Well, thank you, folks. Thank you for joining us. Again, this is Intentional Talk Radio Network. I am your host, Collette Williams, along with my host, Kenny Hendrix, over here to my left, and the great, legendary Lenny Williams over here to my right. Thank you for joining us, and everyone that's on this board. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been a great show. It's been great celebrating Black Music Month with all of the wonderful, outstanding, legendary artists that we've grown up with, and we still party and sing to their songs today. So thank you, thank you, thank you for all that you have done. Thank you for what you bring to the world. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And folks, remember to wear your masks. Please wear a mask if you must go out. Please stay home if you don't have to go. Get off the streets, stay home. We've got to control this. Please stay home. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Distance yourself. Don't gather. Listen to the CDC. Listen to Dr. Fauci. Listen to Ferrer. Listen to your governor that speaks with some intelligence.
Well, wait a minute. Yeah,
not all of them. Not all of them. Not all of them. But listen to the ones that make good sense. So, folks, have a good evening. Please take care of yourself. Take care of someone else. Take care of others. Please pray. And don't forget, every Sunday we are on this network praying for relief, because we know that God is in control of all of this. Have a good night, everybody. Lenny, it's been great. Have a good night. Thank you so much. And take care, everybody. See you soon.
Just let it go. I hid my love away, hoping you would find it some way. It may be hard to tell because I hide my pain so well.